Hi, I'm Kenzie Padilla reporting on deforestation in the Amazon. So this is a really big issue and it's happening a lot. It's increasing so much in recent years and it has effects locally in the Amazon ecosystem and also globally. So you may be wondering, why do people do this? Why would they cut down these trees in the Amazon? But the biggest answer, the most simplest answer would just be money. They obviously do everything for money, and more like specifically, it's because of the biggest reason is cattle ranching. So 80% of deforestation in the Amazon is due to cattle ranching, which is they just clear all this land and they turn it into pastures for the cattle. And not only do cattle emit a lot of carbon dioxide themselves, but then there's no trees to help that. And so that's bad. And then also farming and agriculture, they will clear land and they'll plant crops and farming and agricultural stuff there where the trees and the rainforest used to be. So who is doing this? Brazil is the biggest country that's doing this, obviously because they own over 60% of the Amazon, so it makes sense. They're the ones doing it, they own the most of it. But also a lot of the other countries within the Amazon basin area also are doing it, like other Andean countries like Peru and Bolivia, and not even countries that aren't in the Amazon basin are supporting the deforestation. Like America and China, among others, support these like supply chains that come from, say you buy beef and that beef was from a cattle, or leather from this cattle that was in a cattle ranch that was in the Amazon. You're supporting these cattle ranchers and the deforestation in the Amazon. So how do they do this? So basically what happens is there's a lot of roads that penetrate deep into the rainforest. And some of them are legal, some of them are illegal, but poor farmers migrate there and they clear land for their crops. So at first it's fine, their crops are growing, but in a few years, because the soil isn't really that nutrient rich in the Amazon, and due to like the heavy rainfall without all the canopies to protect the soil from that heavy rainfall all year long, the soil erodes and then their crops start to fail. So the farmers who had migrated there, they then clear the land, they clear more land for their crops, and the old land that they had that the failing crops were on, they turn that into cattle ranches. And then they clear more land for crops, and the same cycle happens over and over. So you can see how this would just happen, more and more land gets cleared. So that's basically what happens most of the time for deforestation. So how does this affect the Amazon rainforest specifically? So from 2003 to 2016, the Amazon emitted more carbon dioxide than it could absorb, which is a lot because there's so many trees there, and that shows how a lot of the deforestation is having a negative effect on the climate. Also, in the Amazon, a lot of the animals lose their habitats and they lose shelter. Like the trees provide a lot of shelter and stuff from the animals, from the rain and from other animals, predators too. And it also provides food. So they lose their habitat, shelter, and food, and this caused a lot of more species to become endangered. So for example, like toucans and other native birds, they can't live in like a cattle ranch pasture. There's no trees there. They rely on the trees. And also this Peruvian woolly monkey, among other species, they can't move around when there's so many gaps in between the trees. It's a lot harder for them to move and then get away from predators and stuff like that. So not only though does this affect just the Amazon, it affects the entire world. So it causes higher carbon levels around the world, carbon dioxide, and it attributes to global warming a lot, which is a serious problem that we need to help stop sooner rather than later. So there are some solutions, but you need to take action quickly. So unfortunately, not much really is being done globally for this right now, and droughts, fires, and people supporting this consumer chain, as well as cattle ranching and agriculture in the Amazon, is increasing like crazy. So global warming is going up, carbon dioxide levels are going up, and deforestation is going up. There's a lot of the Amazon is being cut down, and but there still are some organizations that are trying to help this, like the Rainforest Alliance, the Rainforest Trust, and the Amazon Watch. These are all organizations that are trying to spread awareness on this topic and help people realize that we need to do something. to try to stop deforestation, to save the world. So, but the thing is, you don't only need to stop it, you also need to help the forest regrow. So, like planting trees, they found that planting these native trees help the forest, like they might not grow as well in the beginning, but as it goes through the secondary succession and the trees grow up, the secondary forest the trees grow better and the canopy is better and more resilient. So thank you for learning about deforestation in the Amazon, and hopefully you will be able to take action and help stop this. Thank you.